Okay, next on the agenda is the topic of oxygen, or the air around us. Oxygen is the primary agent in the air around us. The normal concentration is 21%. When we start dropping our oxygen levels below 19.5%, we start having all kinds of health effects, up to and including death. This is important to us as firefighters because a lot of times we'll go into a structure and find a victim passed out in a back room, no real smoke, no real heat back there. Why do they pass out? Why do they potentially die? Because of low air. The oxygen content in the structure started to drop below that 19.5%, and they actually passed out. So that's very important to us as firefighters. That's why we take the air in with us, self-contained breathing apparatus, because we're going into an oxygen-depleted atmosphere. Some materials will ignite and burn as low as 14%. Your Nomex hood, it can actually catch on fire when it's not in the right concentration of air. Oxygen atmospheres can be either too rich or too lean, meaning there's too much oxygen or there's not enough oxygen. If it's not in the right balance, it won't burn. Try taking a small motor, a small engine, for example. If you have too much fuel running into the motor, it won't run. If you don't have enough fuel running into the motor, it won't run. Fuel in a gas state must mix with the right amount of air, the right percentage of air, in order for it to burn. As firefighters, we look at the explosive range of air. A chemical, a gas, wants to be in a certain percentage of air in order for it to combust, for it to explode perhaps. If you take a structure and you pump it full of natural gas, and you walk in with your meter and the reading says that there's 18% natural gas in that structure, you can light a match all day long. It's not going to catch on fire. It's not going to blow up. If you walk in and the meter says 3% of air, 3% of natural gas, it's not going to blow up. It's not going to burn. It's not in the explosive limits. The lower explosive limit, the upper explosive limit. If you walk into a house that has a natural gas leak and it says anywhere between 4 and 14%, don't light a match. Or at least wait until I get out of the structure, because that's the explosive limit for natural gas, 4 to 14% in the air around you. Carbon monoxide, on the other hand, something that is put out at every structure fire, the explosive range, 12% to 75%. That's a huge window. If you have anywhere between 12 and 75% carbon monoxide in the atmosphere inside the structure with you, and you have a heat source such as, I don't know, the fire, you have the potential for an explosion, a carbon monoxide explosion. So the oxygen level is very important to us as firefighters. Too rich, it won't burn. Too lean, it won't burn. If it's in that explosive range, look out.